Okay, so here we have 3d-Coat. It's in trial mode at the moment. So 3d-Coat essentially lets you paint over a mesh, and it'll update your, or this is the purpose I'm using it for. It'll update your UV maps as you do it. It's got a very similar setup to Photoshop for this, in order to do this. So you've got your paint tools down the left hand side here. This is the default settings. Color picker, alphas, brush options, and the color palette. And then down here you've got your layers. Now it's set up like Photoshop, in the sense that you can place everything on separate layers and edit them as you want. Now I've not got into the material library or the stencils, simply because for the purposes of my project I don't really need them. So what I'm doing here is, on my screen layer, I'm just adding highlights in. Oops. Adding some highlights in, and then what I can do, using hotkeys that I've put in place, is I can actually change the size of the brush, take the details a little bit finer, and just paint them in. Move along here, do the same, carry on. While I'm painting, in my mind, the light source is always, for the purposes of this, is coming from the top left, diagonally across to the bottom right, so from all the way across like this. And this just allows me to kind of imagine how the light's going to travel across the wood as I paint, what it's going to highlight, what it's going to put in shadow, all the information and details which might kind of be made clearer. And this will just be my first pass over. I will go through it again, using my hotkeys just to kind of, this will be where the end of the wood is, so maybe the outer layers of bark have come off. So you've got this kind of so have a look on a wider scale. Can I turn the model around, look at it from different angles? I mean, the likelihood is that once this is in the engine in Unity, the player will see it from this kind of harder angle. So just make sure it kind of reads well. There will be props and things on top of it, so you don't want to spend hours and hours and hours doing this. But that's kind of that's the bulk of what I'm using 3d-Coat for. Just simple diffuse painting. I'm not going into huge details in terms of the smart material library. I will do it on another project if I was using something with a bit more photorealism to it, but it's a waste of resources on this project.